Okay, this is really interesting. We have Indeedee, but also with Rhyperior, Hydrapple, Hatterene, Blaziken, and Walking Wake. So this can go one of two ways, where Indeedee supports Blaziken, as Blaziken uses Protect and Bulk Up and things like that to try to get a speed boost, or we have the Trick Room shenanigans here as well. Especially too with Hydrapple and Hatterene as well. So Indeedee Hatterene is a pretty popular strategy to set up Trick Room. But I don't know if they would want to set up Trick Room just because I have Ursaluna and Dusclops who would be more than happy to take advantage of that. I don't fear any priority from their side, so I don't think Ferrigap is going to be as helpful. Dusclops looks pretty good. It can burn things. It doesn't mind Blaziken as much. I kind of like a Dusclops Primarina lead. Having Rillaboom in the back to get train control back in my favor. And I feel like I could use Ursaluna. This might be a time that I actually would Ghost Terra Ursaluna. So I will bring out Ursaluna with the expectation that I might Ghost Terra it. Rhyperior is the one Pokemon I need to be mindful of. I think burning it with Will-O-Wisp is going to be helpful. Primarina automatically threatens it with a lot of damage with Hyper Voice. And so does Rillaboom with the Grass-type moves as well. So that might be a little bit worried about using... So, Indeedee Hat, sure. And let's see what we learn from it. Indeedee sets up Psychic Surge, okay. There's no Wide Guard also, and you don't have a safe switch into water. Hatterene actually has Psychic Seed, that's interesting. One thing I do want to stop is any Expanding Force shenanigans. Indeedee has Rocky Helmet, and we saw the Psychic Seed earlier. Cool. So I'm going to Hyper Voice just to get some damage off, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch into Rillaboom. Yeah, the main thing I want to avoid is any Expanding Force shenanigans from Hatterene. I don't mind Trick Room as much just because I can take advantage of it with Grassy Glide and all the other type of attacks I have. Yeah. So, I'm going to take the train for myself. If they set up Trick Room, so be it. Ursaluna can switch in and eventually start wrecking shop too. So, no follow me's, which is great to see. I get to fire off my own Throat Spray, which is nice. A little bit of chip with it. But yeah, Hatterene just went for Expanding Force. That's nice to see. And then does Indeedee go for Trick Room? Okay. Cool. I forget who's faster between Hatterene and Indeedee. Or and Blood Moon. But I am the lowest speed possible. I'll have to look that up. I think Hat is at base 20 or something. With that, I don't feel like I need to do any crazy predictions. I'm going to go ahead and just U-turn into Indeedee. Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to eat a Dazzling, sure. Some more chip. That does a good amount of damage, and I get U-turn off. Actually knock out Indeedee, which is great. I guess the question here is to ask what their next Pokemon would be. If it's Rhyperior, Blood Moon automatically threatens it. I don't mind going to Blood Moon for now. Actually, let me look at... Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Honestly, I feel like 3 attack and 8 speed is really solid for the most part. I wouldn't worry too much about that. And honestly would work for a team like this, you know? So, I say it's good. And if you really want another Pokemon, you can get it. Oh, Hatterene's at 29. And Hydrapple comes out. Hydrapple, what is your speed? .44. Huh. I'll protect with Primarina for now. I will Terra Ghost, Blood Moon, into Hydrapple. That does mean I won't be able to set up my own weakness policy. But I also recognize that these are 2 really strong special attackers, and I'm not ready to take that much special attack quite yet. And then Rillaboom at the end game definitely can clean up. If I get rid of Hydrapple, I feel like Rillaboom itself can do a great job of just like, I can focus down on Hydrapple and get the KOs that I need. I can focus down on the rest of the opponent and get the KOs I need outside of Trick Room. So Hydrapple protects, unfortunately. But that also means that I will protect with Primarina. Let's see what Hatterene does. Probably Dazzling Gleam, right? Because you don't have to do too much there. Yeah, it dazzles. Okay. Okay, and that's helpful information. Hatterene outspeeds me. This is definitely a tricky one. Okay. We get some healing. How many turns of Trick Room I got? 2 turns of Trick Room. I definitely feel confident switching to Dusclops. And I want to Hyper Voice both. I think the following turn, then I can use something like Nightshade to pick up a KO. Yeah, if I pinned down Hatterene that turn, that would have been really helpful, but... This is definitely a close finish. Okay, Hydrapple has Life Orb. Oof, that's a big... Yeah, you're gonna hit with Expanding Force. Okay, survive. Oh, I get outspeed Hydrapple, that's good. Whew, okay. I will happily take that Energy Ball any day of the week. Dusclops outspeeds, which is great to see. Hydrapple also heals up. And I said Trick Room ends in 1 turn. I'm down to Nightshade Hatterene. I feel like... Yeah, I'm going to Hyper Voice Nightshade Hatterene. I feel like Hydrapple protecting feels obvious. And I don't need Trick Room after this turn. They haven't Terra'd yet, either. So that's also something I'm a little bit concerned about. Okay, we get the Nightshade off. Hat goes for Expanding Force one more time. Please don't KO. We survived with 1 HP! Let's go! Okay, now, I admit it sucks to lose Ursaluna. Because we actually speed tied, which hurts. I did not realize that. But the good thing here is that Trick Room's over. Trick Room's over. Grassy Train disappears. Okay. This is tough. This is close. So, if I bring in Primarina, I can get a KO on Hatterene, but then it's dealing with Hydrapple, which is going to be tough. If I use Rillaboom, I can use Fake Out on Hat. That's a guaranteed KO. And then I would want to use something like Nightshade on Hydrapple. Shoot. Okay. This is tough. Yeah. I feel like Hydrapple can protect. Yeah. So we're going to go this route. Because then the following turn I can use something like U-turn. And then try to KO Hydrapple that way. I don't want to make another Trick Room up, is the main thing. So, I'm going to Nightshade into their own Hydrapple. Yeah, I'm going to Nightshade into a Hydrapple, and I will Fake Out into Hatterene. I think that as long as I can't... If I don't get KO'd by a Hydrapple move, which is tough, I have taken a decent amount of damage. I think we can pull this off. Fine by me. Fine by me. We love to see it. I was not targeting Hydrapple. Oh, double protect. Okay. Makes it a little bit trickier. Not necessarily. Okay. I'm going to say that Hatterene has less than 50 HP. And I'm going to actually U-turn. Shoot, okay. U-turn seems obvious. I'm going to U-turn it into Hatterene as well. Okay. their main thing is they want to reset up Trick Room. I want to say no to that. Their call would be that they would have had to have targeted Rillaboom with a Grass-type move. This is so tough, yeah. They could also switch out Hatterene, which would be a move. But I'm hoping this double up will be enough. Okay, so we are finally going to see a Terra. Please let it be a Terra that helps me out in the long run. It's Hydrapple Terrarine. Please let it be Fire Terra. This is actually great. Okay. Because that means that Primarina, if you didn't target Rillaboom, or if you targeted Rillaboom with... Okay, that's perfect. We knock out Hatterene, meaning Hatterene can't set up Trick Room. If you targeted Rillaboom with a Dragon-type move, or you target Dusclops, we're going to be in a good spot here. Okay, it targeted Dusclops. Perfect. Fine by me. And I get to fire off this Nightshade. Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it. Okay. We got this. We got Primarina in safely. What's your last Pokemon? Please let it be Rhyperior. Blaziken! Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Because Blaziken, could potentially try to hit Primarina. Actually, it wouldn't hit it well. So I will, Nightshade it, and I will Hyper Voice as well. Blaziken might want to protect, but Hydrapple protects. That means that does Blaziken go for a big attack here? Temper Flare, okay. I take that like a champ. And I also targeted Blaziken as well. Okay, so we're looking pretty good here. Look at that. Primarina! Let's go! Yo, we gotta get some hype for Primarina. Let's go. That Temper Flare bounced off of us. Dusclops showing its defensive prowess. And the opponent committing to Fire Terra Hydrapple was huge for us. We get a Nightshade here. And we get a Hyper Voice. GG, well played. Get out of here, Hydrapple. Get out of here. Oh my goodness, that was a great battle. Woo! Well done for my opponent, though. It was interesting, because, like, we both were Trick Room teams, and there were moments where we wanted Trick Room and moments where we didn't. And actually, at that end game, Blaziken was the best answer against Rillaboom. I was very glad that we didn't have to worry about Blaziken in the long run, and Hydrapple protecting was totally fine. I had Hyper Voice to keep it going. I was worried that Blaziken had a move against Primarina and knocked it out. That honestly is where things would have gotten hairy. Because if Blaziken had a move that knocked out Primarina, then it's like, okay, well, Rillaboom doesn't have high horsepower. So it doesn't have to hit against Blaziken or Hydrapple. I've already used up my Terra. And that would have been really hard to take on. So, woo! Yeah, that was definitely a very scary battle indeed. Well played. It could have gone any way, but that was fun. That was fun.